One of the things I found fascinating in our last conversation is you started talking about an AI maturity framework that you guys utilize at Trace3 as you go into organizations to really help them to think through it. Can you share the framework with us and give us an idea of how it's utilized?
Yeah, so I built up this theory and then built a model from it on 5 levels of AI maturity. And really, they are clusters to help an organization define where they're at in their AI journey and their maturity and where they want to go. So if you look at a level 1 organization, they don't have data scientists, or they might have one or two that just came out of a bachelor's degree, right? And those poor kids have no idea how messy real world data is, how disparate, how distributed, et cetera, right? And so it's kind of a wake up call, but it's for those organizations to do something a little more meaningful than just Tableau and Excel reports, right? Try to get some insights from the data, try to get something predictive, try to understand some value. When you look at the other end of the spectrum, the level 5s, it's the Facebook, the Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Microsoft, et cetera. The companies that are doing things to completely innovate or renovate society, whether for good or bad is deterministic, but they are doing things that are so monumentally transformational that they have tons and tons, likely hundreds of data scientists. They have an executive level AI champion that is not only evangelizing this out, but really promoting it within the organization to articulate and show the value of data and these models. Because one of the biggest gaps that I see within organizations is if there's not a senior leader that is passionate about data, that is passionate about the value of what data can provide. And mind you, like, as much as I love AI can't exist without the data, right? It's, at the end of the day, it's math and science with some art mixed in, but it's that data that's really telling. And so if you have an AI champion evangelizing and promoting that out with the right team framework, with the right hardware and software applications and the right processes for that organization to be successful, then they're going to do so. Levels 2, 3, 4 basically sit at different clusters within that journey. Lower level AI champions that move up through the cycle, through the organization, more and more data science teams seeing models productionized and seeing the value, revenue, or cost savings come from those models. And those models should ultimately, and probably by level 2 actually, start paying for that team, for the infrastructure, the software applications. All the revenue that that group is making should pay for itself, because in all the analyses I've done and from what I've seen from other research teams, the value of every dollar invested in AI is conservatively 5 to 10x and up to 30x for every dollar spent.